You know what I'm saying? But like the DMV Sumo page, I be having fun, especially like creating the flyers and stuff like that.
I love your flyers. Holy shit.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Those are
gosh.
hilarious.
Yo, and it's crazy because like my favorite characters are Hakuotep and and Hokusei Grand Risings. Oh my gosh. Like I think the last one I did
Oh my
was
god.
Hokusei Grand Rising.
Oh
It
my
was like the Kokui card was to separate us by class when back in the day everyone was Ozeki.
Oh my god.
Oh my
that's fucking
god.
great.
So now like I
That's
gotta figure
fantastic.
out more stuff to come up with.
Oh hell yeah.
Or
What
like
have you got to think of?
Aqua the you need to stop putting swine in your chonko.
Oh fuck.
I remember whenever you saw the picture of whenever Hakuoho like had his hair all like puffed out whenever he was like
Yeah.
had his surgery. You're like, oh shit, I have ideas for that.
Oh man, I saw that and I was like, yo, there has to be a picture of a white guy in a dashiki. I know it. And I swear I looked it up and the perfect image. It's like this. It's like the original image is like some you can tell he's like some all white dude named Craig or something like
Yeah.
that. He's around and he's wearing a dashiki, smiling and stuff like that. It kind of looks like he was invited to an event and
Yeah.
Yeah.
he got to wear the clothes and he's like, "Look at me, Pauline. I'm eating a goosey stew.
Pauline.
Take a picture."
Oh, the
Oh,
boys at the country club are going to love this one.
They're gonna love this one. Atunde asked me for a hand in marriage. I had to say no because I love my wife Charlotte.
It's
shit.
just
Oh
hilarious.
man!
I love those flyers.
Real quick, do you remember the Feed the Children commercial?
Yeah,
Yes.
You remember the guy was like, "This is a Kibo and her mother Atunde washing dishes.
Wash-
Atunde has HIV and has transferred it over to a Kibo."
Oh god, yeah, those what's that called? The ones that they used to show like back in the day and they were just
Late,
so
late at night.
heartrending.
Mhm.
Fuck, it's like
Hey,
damn.
with the preacher, feed the children.
Yeah.
I remember
15 cents a day.
oh man. No, you say wash like my relatives do back home.
Washing dishes.
Washing dishes.
Washing dishes.
I was like, someone was like, so are you from Washcloth, Oklahoma? Or are you from Warshrag, Oklahoma?
Yeah.
It's like, shit, I'm from Warshrag, Oklahoma.
I'm from
Yeah.
Wash
That want a washcloth. It's a warshrag.
That's right.
No, that's some really bad East Oklahoma fucking accent. Okay, check this out. They have a city. It's spelled like Miami, Florida, right?
Yeah.
They pronounce it Miami.
Miami.
Miami. And there's a city called Pauli, like Paoli. You say Pauli, right? No,
Right.
that's Paola.
Paola.
That's Paola, Oklahoma. That's
Wow.
just
I think, that has to do with like original pronunciations of stuff.
yeah.
Because like at some point all of that stuff was Spanish and indigenous. But here
Yeah.
you have Carl from Tennessee. You know what I'm saying?
We were talking
Right.
about that last night. How like, oh god, what we were saying? Whenever we were like bringing the groceries in.
Oh fuck, I don't know.
Oh no, it was that all of the names of places that people always think sound like super country or hillbilly or something like that are actually
Mhm.
indigenous.
Oh yeah, they're all actually like
Like
indigenous
Chattahoochee,
words.
if you say it with
Yeah.
a certain accent, like, yeah, man, I'm from Chattahoochee, but
Yeah.
Gucci.
But if you wanted to put on an accent like this and say no, it is Chattahoochee. So you could just
Dude.
you could just change it up like that. My brother used to do that to people. They would like say, "Oh, well, how do you say dog in your language?" He wouldn't actually say the word for dog. He would just spell it with a thick fake accent. It's like, "Oh no, we say it like dog." It was like, "Oh, that's how you say it." "Oh no, dog." I was like, "Oh, well, how do you say cat?" "Oh, that's cat."
Oh man, that's funny as heck.
You just do that shit all the time.
I've always thought native humor was hilarious.
Or what was
That's
the other
hilarious.
one with the McGriddle?
Oh yeah, my brother was like, there was someone I can't remember. I think it was like at like a Denny's or something. Was like just asking my brother about being indigenous, just kind of grilling him, and he was like, "They gave the McGriddle to my people, and I told the white man that you may have taken our land, but you will never take our breakfast." And he was
Oh my god.
and he was that guy was just eating it up, and my brother just had that look, it was like, and I had a vision of the white buffalo, and I could smell the sage and the sweetgrass, and the wind blew my braids in two directions. Just fucking, no, my
That's
brother is
hilarious.
hilarious.
And I can understand that, you know what I'm saying? Because like being African American, we kind of go through like similar things. You know what I'm saying? Like I work part-time for the Commanders with the marching band and stuff like that. And I was walking back, from a game to my car, and I think like they were leaving or whatever, they were playing the tailgate, and this white guy is playing E40's Tell Me When to Go, right? And like he sees me and he just like blasts it, right? And he's all like shaking his head and he's like, yeah, right. And so I look at him and I'm like, yeah, tell me when to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I give him like that little moment. You know what I'm saying? Because like to me, it's like, yo, that's what y'all think of us all the time. Like, you think we're like hip hoppity. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I bet you didn't know I'm Native American too. Like, why didn't
Yeah.
you ever ask me? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, no, because like, and like, I also like relate with the Native American stuff because like I am Native American also. On my father's side, we're Taino out of Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic. And
My
then on my
brothers actually have Puerto Rican. His dad is
really,
Puerto Rican, yeah. I had the
yeah,
Italian dad. He had the Puerto Rican dad. My mom really loved swarthy men.
swarthy. And I mean, is Puerto Ricans love Italian food.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, my favorite food is spaghetti.
Really?
Yes, absolute all-time favorite. But I know like Italian spaghetti versus like, like regular old American spaghetti, like two totally different things. And
Like
then there's
fucking Pizza Hut spaghetti or some shit. Domino's,
yeah,
because they
no,
have like pasta and stuff besides just the pizza. That shit is nasty.
yeah. But like when you grow up like me with like, a cheap taste bud, you know what I'm saying? Like and you're used to the taste of cheap America, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mm,
I've never gotten pasta from Pizza Hut or Domino's or stuff like that. But we did have this restaurant called Pizza Inn that was like an all you can eat
oh,
pizza, spaghetti, salad buffet. I
yeah.
used to like, rack up on the spaghetti and the pizza. I used to go to town. Man,
Yeah.
and Pizza Inn had spaghetti in a bucket.
Oh, not
Not
the
to
fucking
go.
spaghetti. Are you kidding
Spaghetti in
me?
a
I'm
bucket.
hungry now.
No. Oh
God,
my god, not the
I could
goddamn
taste it now.
bucket spaghetti.
I want bucket spaghetti.
No,
And it
I
was a
will
white.
make you spaghetti. You do
It
not
was
have
a.
to
It
eat
was a. It
bucket
was a
spaghetti.
white bucket, and the logo on the bucket was a guy in a car, and it was like ready spaghetti, and he had the spaghetti, and he was holding a bucket, and the spaghetti was in the bucket, and he was in the car driving, and you saw the little sauce splat. Oh my gosh.
Not the bucket spaghetti.
No, I'm down with the
You're
bucket
gonna make
spaghetti.
me cry.
Spaghetti in a bucket. Long live
You know,
Pizza Inn. They got rid of the Pizza Inn in my
Oh shit.
hometown after many years, but oh my
This
gosh.
is an insult to my ancestors.
no, I know. No, this is good because she's gonna have something to prove, and she's gonna make a damn good
Yes.
spaghetti. She's like, here's a good spaghetti. Eat it.
You come
The
to
white man
Texas.
the white
I
man
will
who
feed
bought
you real spaghetti. Okay? I will feed you real Italian spaghetti.
Wonderful.
Italian American.
Wonderful.
Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx. Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx. Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx. Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx.
Listen here, you jabroni. My name is Sabrina, and I'm gonna take this microphone, shine it up real nice, turn it sideways, and stick it up your Rudy Poo candy ass.
Yeah, well, Matt Jim 316 says, I just whooped your ass, and that's the bottom line.
And it's me, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, the Tower of Power, Tower, funky like a monkey. Oh, yeah.
That's fucking great. Holy
He's
shit.
gonna bite me. I want to see you get bit first, Jake the Snake.
Okay, and this is
Sumo Punx.
And unfortunately, we are not here with Macho Man Randy Savage currently, but we got somebody even better. We have
Oh, man.
Romeo from DMV Sumo. Did I get that right?
Yes,
The
yes,
Department of Motor
DMV
Vehicles
Sumo.
Okay.
Yes. You know, I was listening to the podcast with you and JJ and Christina, and I think Matt said like Delaware or something like that.
I did at first. I was like, that's a little far off, isn't it?
So there's a DMV, which is DC, Maryland, and Virginia. But then there's also a Delmarva, which is Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. Those consist of like the eastern shore of Maryland and like Delaware and like the eastern shore of Virginia and like those places. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Other Chesapeake Bay kind of areas.
Man, I am just so bad at my East Coast geography.
It's totally okay. You know, and I feel like if you live in Texas, you know, that's all the geography you need to know. You got it. You know what I'm saying?
I was born in New York, though, but I was born in upstate New York. So
Oh, okay.
that's kind of different than, like, you know, the actual, like, East Coast.
Right.
As it is. So, and then I grew up in a military family too. So I moved all over the country. I didn't stay in New York for very long.
Oh, okay.
See, I'm from the res. I'm from Oklahoma. So, like, I was just kind of used to being insular. And so Texas to me is like I moved out in the world. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, I'm tell you what, I am from Greenville, North Carolina, which is a small little tobacco town that is now becoming a small little tobacco city.
Okay.
That is the home of East Carolina University. If you ever heard of them, that's home of the Pirates.
We're
And
big
I
fans
lived
of pirates.
really.
Not thief pirates, because I don't really know who you're talking about, but pirates are cool. You know, the
Well-
swashbuckling, the hats, the swords, and whatnot. Yeah.
But now it's not really a good time to be a fan. You know, they're kind of,
Oh, okay.
made a lot of coaching changes. But yeah, and now I live here in Lanham, Maryland, with my wife and my two cats. And you know, I've been in the DMV since about 2017. Originally, we lived in Arlington, Virginia, which is like, you ever heard of Arlington National Cemetery? Yeah, that's where it is. We lived there, and after a few years in Arlington, we decided to move to Maryland. We moved to Greenbelt, Maryland, which is where I first started holding the Keikos and stuff. When I first started doing sumo, we lived there for 2 years or 3 years actually, and now we live in Lanham. We have a house here now, and everything's been going well up here in this area. And I'm just honestly trying to bring, you know, sumo to the area. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And,
that's really
bring
awesome.
that knowledge and, you know, bring that you know, kind of martial spirit, you know, that I think is really missing. So, you know, it's been cool. It's definitely been, you know, a sweet ride.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So before we get too much into the sumo, I have to ask, what are your cats' names?
Oh my gosh. Man, I love talking about my cats. Okay, so I gotta give you
I'm
all
glad.
the details. I have two cats. The oldest is a all black cat. His name is Zimbabwe. And the youngest is a tiger tuxedo. So he's a tuxedo, but he has stripes. Funny story with him. His mom ran away from the owner. Went out to the streets, did a thing, came back pregnant, you know,
Oh,
had the babies
as
in
they
the
do.
house. And so obviously, I think his father must have been like one of those striped, street cats, because he has like the stripes on the side and stuff like that. So I call him a tiger tuxedo. And his name is Congo.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Oh my God,
Yes,
they
yes,
sound
yes.
beautiful.
Yes, yes, yes. They are our pride and joys.
Yeah, we have a 14-year-old calico named Sindel, and she is a grouchy old lady.
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's demanding. She screams at us.
And she's such a
Oh
messy
yeah.
eater.
Oh man.
She demands we get her like a little can of like fancy feast, just get her one
Yeah.
can of
Yeah.
fancy feast, in the evening time. And the way she eats, she splatters it on the wall when she
Oh
eats.
my gosh. And she just eats. My cats kind of do something like that. They like will take some of the hard food and like they'll chew it a little bit and it'll like get on the floor and then like they'll like break it up and then they'll eat it like that. And it's like the weirdest thing. Like
Oh
just
wow, I've
just
never
chew
even
it.
heard of that.
Yeah, no. And I'm just like chew it in your mouth and swallow it. Now I gotta like vacuum the stuff and it's a mess and it's a lot.
Oh. But yeah, she's a
Yeah.
little piglet. She will just like just, and just spray it everywhere.
Yeah, no, my oldest cat, like when he eats, he goes to town. Like we will like in the morning, it never fails. Like as soon as I get up and I pop the can, meow or whatever, it just meowing, and then like the other cat is following him around, and I pour the can, silence, and he just runs up to the little bowl, and he's just chomping away. And we're like, slow down, because sometimes like he'll eat so fast because he's so excited to eat that he'll throw up,
Oh, yeah, that's
and
Yeah.
it's just like calm down. But I really think it's something in the Friskies. Me and my wife call it cat crack, right?
yeah.
Like they put like a cat crack in the Friskies or something like that. And like any other like we tried like one time I think like Blue Buffalo or something like that. Some
That
Yeah.
really expensive
and
stuff.
and they and they were just like no, like they sniffed it and they were like, no, we're not doing that. And we're like, yeah, back to the Friskies.
They
We're
just
not
turn their nose
spend
ups at it.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm not spending extra money on stuff they don't like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
Well, thank you
that's
so much for telling us about your cats. We'll have to trade cat pictures later.
yeah,
yes, we will. Yes, we will. I love. Oh my gosh, that was so fulfilling.
So, when did you first get into sumo, and how did you first get into sumo?
Okay. Well, that's a pretty like stretched out story. But to start, I remember growing up, ESPN at the time would play like sumo and stuff like that. And I used to watch it with my dad. And, I think, growing up in America, you have this idea of like, fat guys and, diapers, pushers. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? But like at the time, like I did Taekwondo, like I did my senior project on Wing Chun.
Oh,
My dad, growing up, he was a karateka, he was a judoka, and things like that. So, I had a real appreciation for the martial arts kind of growing up and stuff like that. And so, when I saw sumo, I looked at it from like a martial perspective and I was like, this is something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just pushing and shoving. Like, these are actual grappling techniques. These
right.
are open palm strikes. These are locks. These are chokes. Like a lot of different things. So I think I knew sumo for what it was. But I live on the East Coast. There's no sumo on the East Coast. There was no sumo down south neither. And I think the only person on the East Coast at the time doing sumo was like Manny Yarborough or something like that. You know that that we knew of. And he's in New Jersey. I'm in North Carolina. So I also did a project on sumo in my Japanese class. In like 11th grade or something like that. We had like Japanese cultural day
Oh,
or
that's
whatever.
badass.
And my teacher was like, you have to pick something from Japanese culture, to, present or whatever. And so some people did kendo, some people did judo, some people did karate. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do sumo or whatever. And I got the wrestling mats from the gym and we brought them into the library. And I did my presentation on sumo. And I was like, all right, y'all, we finna have some sumo matches. We did like the little thing or whatever, we didn't know what we was doing, we just kind of pushed them and,
Yeah.
grapple each other, get each other to the ground, wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so then I guess that kind of piqued my interest a little more, but I guess I kind of like forgot about it. So fast forward to adulthood now. I'm looking up what martial arts to do and stuff like that. And I'm like, sumo would be cool. You know what I'm saying? There is no sumo. So I'm like, all right, cool. What's close to sumo? Um, and I find judo because judo is the grandson of sumo.
Right.
And so I'm a Sankyu brown belt in
Nice.
judo right now.
Hell yeah.
And I've been doing that for about maybe like a year and 8 or 9 months or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's been going pretty well. And I definitely been learning a lot of grappling techniques, but I was like, damn, I want to do sumo, you know what I'm saying? And I want to cross train. I want to do that too. So I go on the Sumo Federation website, to see if there's a club near me or see if there's anybody near me. And there was nobody near me at the time that was like really active in doing it. So the Sumo Federation was like, if there are no clubs near you, you can always start your own. And
Now,
I
what
was
year
like,
was this? What year was this?
this this was like I started looking at doing it in 2022, like late
Okay.
2022. And started like prepping and like looking up sumo stuff and like doing shiko and like doing workouts and stuff like that. Um,
I asked
and then
because Raijin Sumo Club is also they're out of North Carolina, right? Not South Carolina. Yeah,
No,
North
they're North
Carolina.
Carolina, but he was in
yeah,
Virginia though.
Oh,
So
you were in Virginia at the time. Or,
yeah.
or
So
okay.
no,
I'm
Maryland.
I'm
Maryland was it's
from
Maryland, Virginia.
I'm in Maryland right now.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I'm from North Carolina.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, Rygene is about an hour away from my hometown.
Ah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if I'm ever back home and I got the time, I definitely want to make sure that I go to Rygene's club,
hell yeah.
get some cake on with them.
Those guys are brutal, dude.
They're
Yeah,
wicked brutal.
yeah. I know it. I know it. I know
And
it. But
Eric's super nice. We love
yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't wait to meet those guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll put you through the fire, but it's all worth it.
him.
It's all worth it. But um, in 2023, in about like July or whatever, is when I like formally kicked off DMV Sumo. And I had my first Keiko. I had one of my buddies from college and one of my buddies from Judo Com. And they kept, my buddy from college came out again and a few other people, Matthew, shout out to Matthew, who's up in New Jersey right now. He came out and he trained with us as well. And, for a while, it was just them sometimes, me most of the time, you know what I'm saying? Just out there, getting my Shiko in, getting my Suriashi and my Teppo and my training and all that other type of stuff in. But as time went on, people started to come out. We started to get a few live rounds going. We started to get like some yuri kitty drills. We started to practice Itachi eyes and do some things together. And it started getting cold, and I was like, I need a place to, go indoor. So I was looking around and I hit up the owner of one of the gyms in the area that we're practicing at now. And I was like, yo, man, I got this smoke club, I see you got a judo program, I'm also a judo, practitioner and stuff like that. So what do we got to do to be in a space? And he was super cool. And he was just like, you guys just got to pay the mat fee and come on in. And so ever since then, more people have been seeing it and been interested and have been coming in and, trying it out. And we got a few solid guys that are on the team now. And, we're just going to keep prepping and training and doing what we got to do to make sure that we become like a well-established club and, more importantly, well-balanced rikishi, you know what I'm saying,
Oh
and
yeah.
Yeah.
make sure that we're up on our sumo and, make sure that we're also taking the things from sumo and applying it to our lives. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Being able to get through obstacles and, be able to, keep our heads down and push forward and being able to, take, sudden turns and be adaptable and, have the awareness that we need to, go through life. So, everything's been going cool with sumo. And that's my little sumo story.
Hell yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Then I really like that you said that that you're taking things that you've learned from sumo and apply them to your life, because that's definitely something that I've done. Like with my brother. My brother got real sick for a while and was in bedridden,
Hmm.
and he had to relearn how to walk, and so he required like 24-hour care, there for a
Yeah.
little bit. And whenever I was going through that, it was just he was so sick, we were just scared. It was just stress, it was fear, dread, like all of that stuff, until he started turning around, feeling getting better, noticeably better, relearning how to walk and all that. But at the
Hmm.
time, the only thing that ever, because I just felt like not in control of anything, the only thing that really kind of made me feel like I had any sort of control with sumo. Just doing
Right.
shiko or suriashi, it's like if I have control over my body, I got control over something.
Yeah.
But hearing you say that, I mean, that's really fucking awesome to me, personally, because I hear a lot of other folks, they're only interested in the competitive aspect of it, or they're only interested in just
Yeah.
they just want to win. But whenever I hear people take things that they learn from sumo, like building mental toughness, that's
Mhm.
definitely a martial aspect of sumo.
Yeah.
It's a more holistic approach. It's not just developing your body, it's developing your mind and your spirit
Yeah,
as well.
shingi tai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And I think at the time of sumo's inception, that's what Japan was, you know what I'm saying? Like I think when you think about like Mushin and no mind and Zen Buddhism and things like that, like just letting everything, be, I think that was the ultimate, kind of nirvana for them. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
think they applied it to everything. So you think about like with sumo, like how tough it is, you know what I'm saying? Like taking a nota walk, you know what I'm saying? Or like you trying to oshidashi and the other guy trying to oshidashi and then boom, headbutt, you know what I'm saying? But you having to, kind of shake it off and keep going. I think,
Yeah.
at the time, the training, was mental in the sense that, you had to sharpen your mind to achieve nothing, in order to achieve victory, in the outer realm. And so I think, you see that not only in sumo, but you also see that in judo as well. You see that in karate, you see that in jiu-jitsu, kendo, iaido especially. So I think, when you just think about like the culture of Japan, it was just really like ingrained in them, and it's just amazing how it transfers over to us in like the international world now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's something that I've always like that was really cool is that sumo to me has always been kind of like highly symbolic of Japanese culture at large,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then I do think that that mindset, that mental toughness, that discipline, that striving for excellence kind of thing, like
Hmm.
a lot of that's inherent in sumo is also prevalent in other Japanese martial arts. Man, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have your club now, right? And how many core members would you say you have?
I have about like 4 to 5.
That's a good amount. That's a good
Yeah.
amount, especially for a club that hasn't been around. You said last July, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's about
Yeah. About 4 to 5.
about 6 months. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really good for just being around for about 6 months. I mean, I know some clubs that when they started out 6 months, they had still like three people,
Yeah.
so
Hmm.
Yeah, like
or two
us.
people.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's true. We've been trying to get something started here, and we have
We got two.
exactly.
Yeah, we got two deshi.
But I
But
mean, look, that's all you need.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
That's all you need.
Did you find it was difficult to recruit people to join your club, or did you even really try to recruit, or just let people kind of come to you organically? How did you go about that?
Well, I definitely did face some challenges in recruiting. I think, some of that came with scheduling issues. Some of that came with, yeah, I'm gonna come out and, not really being interested in stuff like that. But,
Yeah, that
just kind of
happens.
saying that so they can, kind of, boost me up. And I understand that, you know what I'm saying? There's still like the stigma that people have, fat guys, wearing diapers and stuff like that, and slapping each other around and stuff, And, I understood that that was something that I was going to have to face. But, I also understood that, like, if people did it and they liked it, they were going to stick to it. And if they really wanted to do it, they would do it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's like the approach that like I started to take the more like I advertised for it. I didn't necessarily try to like target anybody for real. I'm just like, yo, we're having Keiko, come on out and try it. If you want, and I'm not forcing anybody to do it. Like if you want to do sumo and you want to come out here and you want to, do Shiko and get it in for 2 to 3 hours, you know what I'm saying? Okay, if you don't want to do it, it's totally fine. There are a lot of things that I don't want to do, and people don't throw stones at me for it.
Yeah, never
Yeah,
hurts to
so
try though, right?
yeah.
yeah, no, and it never hurts to try, and I'm just like, I'm always so appreciative of my guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate the fact that they come out, and they really work hard and, they want to learn, and they really tried to tell their friends about it and, really spread the word about sumo in the area and get, like a little buzz going. One of my guys brought his daughter out last weekend.
Nice.
And so we taught her how to do like a little koronage on her dad, you know what I'm saying? So that was cool. Um, I'm not necessarily concerned about heavy recruiting, but what I am concerned about is, if people want to, join the club and be on the team, that, I'm making sure that I'm doing a good job at teaching them proper sumo, and making sure that they're getting a good experience out of that. Cause, like I'm young, you know what I'm saying, in the grand scheme of things. I look at some of the other coaches, they're like mid 30s, early 40s, sometimes, in their 50s and stuff. I'll be 30 this year. You know what I'm saying? And, I just want to make sure that, like, although I'm young, I'm just now getting into this, I'm able to, understand what I'm talking about and be able to, teach it properly. And I always tell people, as I'm teaching, I'm learning with y'all. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like if we're in If we're in live rounds and you pull a move off on me, cool. That's totally fine.
Because everybody kind of has like their own style. The different clubs kind of do their warm ups different.
Yeah.
So like, where did you find influence with how you wanted to structure your keiko?
Or inspiration?
Would I say influence?
Influence.
Oh, I meant inspiration.
Influence or
Influences
inspiration.
Yeah, who are your
use
influences?
synonyms. Yeah, yeah. So like when I first started looking like how to run Keikos and stuff, I was watching Justin Kizart's club, Dark Circle.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell
Um
yeah.
and I kind of took that and kind of transferred it to my Keiko. So it's not like an exact copy for real, but there are certain things like we always start off with Shiko. I do 50 Shiko, get us nice and warmed up, and then we do Koshi water squats and stuff like that. But we do our Koshi water squats a little differently. I actually call them DMV Sumo Koshi water squats. We keep time by slapping our mawashis. So every time we squat, like when we come up, we hit it and we keep the time and we squat to the time.
Nice.
To really get the blood pumping. Um, and then after we do like basic stretches, push-ups, sit-ups, basic things that you would do in any martial arts kind of like setting or whatever. Um, and then I get right into Suriyashi. After you do all your Shiko and your Koshwai is right into Suriyashi and stuff like that. I do my Suriyashi. I'll pick like which variations I want to do that day. I won't necessarily do all the variations. Sometimes like I'll leave out maybe a bunny hop. Sometimes I'll leave out a paused Suriyashi or something like that. But it'll just kind of flip back and forth depending upon feeling that day. And what the guys are, feeling that day as well. And then shout out to JJ because he helped me introduce this into Keiko. Oh, I forgot. We did Matawari, the splits and stuff like that. But back to JJ. Shout out to JJ. He helped us introduce Ichiyoshi, the first push in the Keiko. So I do, we'll start with like 5 per
Yeah.
person. We'll just do like 5 Ichiyoshi. And then after that, we'll get some water, and we'll go right into the Tachi practice and stuff like that. I'm a big like get some water kind of guy. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I don't want y'all passing out on me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, coming at me talking about like, oh, I was at your Keiko, or I passed out because you didn't let me get water. Yeah, no, I don't got time for that.
So,
Um,
what did you refer to it as? Ichiyoshi?
Ichi-Oshi. So Ichi being one or like first, and then
Yeah.
Oshi like Oshi Dashi like the Oshi
Yeah.
push. Yeah, so our first push. So it's basically Busukari, but in the beginning.
Okay, that's kind of what I was
Yeah,
imagining. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah.
yeah, we do 5 per person for
I
now.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But after all of that, we go right into Tachi. We'll do like reviews of Tachi's, right sides, left sides. And then sometimes I'll introduce a new Tachi style or whatever. I'm a huge Tom Zabel sumo skills, user in
Hell
Keiko, you
yeah.
know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I'll grab the book and I'll be like, okay, this is the one we're gonna do. We'll read it or whatever, and we'll like do the Tachi and stuff like that. Um, and after Tachi, we'll get some water, and I'll go right into Kimarite study, and we'll review some Kimarite sometimes just to kind of get a feel of where we're at, and then I'll pick a Kimarite for that day, and we'll work on that Kimarite and we'll drill that Kimarite.
I like
Um,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so after Kimarite, we'll go into live rounds. I'll ask everybody how they're feeling, want to get some live rounds in. We'll get to hitting. and pushing and stuff like that. And I think maybe, each person gets like 3 to 5, depending upon how much time we got. Because I want to make sure that I try to get like Butsukari in. So we'll do our live rounds. Then we'll go to Butsukari. And I'll say like, give me like 7, or like last Keiko, I was like, give me 10.
Oh wow.
And we did, yeah, yeah, no, and so we did 10 Butsukatis.
Ooh, that would kill
And
me.
then at
I
the
think
end
last
of
time you were at Keiko, I watched you tap out after 3.
Because I pulled my groin.
yeah,
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah, I pulled my groin, and so like it was the one where you do like the really hard, push, and then
right.
like where I got to the edge and I dipped down, like I did on and then it just hurt,
Holy cow.
like my vision just went, and I was like, ah.
Felt like
Oh
your
my
butthole was gonna fall out or something.
Yeah, and Corey was like, "Come on, keep going." I was like, "I can't."
God.
I just had to stop. It's been like almost 2 weeks and it still hurts. Not as bad. Like I can still do stuff now, and I've stretched it out,
Right.
adequately. But I can still feel it.
Yo, oh my gosh.
But
Yeah,
you learned from but you did your Keiko style from Dark Circle, which is
yeah,
funny because Justin Kizzard actually taught Corey sumo and
Dallas
like
Sumo Club.
yeah, Dallas Sumo Club. So like we're pretty much from the same lineage of sumo
right.
disciplines.
Yeah.
Right. It is pretty cool to see like how we're all connected, to each other, and like the means of connection. Like, you guys in Dallas got it because, Justin's in Texas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I
And
got
he
it
came
off of
from
YouTube.
California. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like a YouTube kind of child or whatever coming in, trying to like mimic, like the live experience. So, is I always feel like, you guys' style, even though it's like similar, it might be a little different and a little more
Yeah.
refined because you actually have the opportunity to, meet up and like practice on each other, kind of build that community. Whereas like over here, we're kind of starting, from scratch, regular guys off the street, getting together, watching, the bar shows and, watching YouTube and, practicing on each other, on wrestling mats and stuff like that. Our doyo is a garden hose, you know what I'm saying?
Hell
So
yeah.
like I have to put, because we're on wrestling mats, I have to put on fuzzy socks when we're doing Buzukati so it feel like clay and like
Yeah.
that. So we have to push, but they don't have fuzzy socks, so I gotta push them with like regular socks and stuff like
I
that.
don't
So,
know why we
it's
didn't think of that. We need to get some fuzzy
That's a
socks.
good idea.
yeah,
Are you
yeah,
are you familiar with the term degeko?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, Dageko, yeah.
have you tried to organize any degekos with any of the other clubs yet?
He did with
Yeah,
Justin
so
Garcia.
Oh, I didn't
so
realize that's what that was. I thought that like they were just visiting or something.
oh yeah, no, that was definitely a little Dageko, you know what I'm saying? Like Honu
Nice.
came out and showed some Honu Sumo and Iron Mountain with Ben and
Yep.
Caitlin, they came out. And it was definitely a Dageko. We had a lot of fun. But as of now, I think we're trying to in the future secure something with Williamsburg Sumo
Hell
out
yeah.
in Williamsburg, Virginia. Shout out to 757. They're down there. They're a smaller club and they're about 3.5 hours away. And they want to get some Keiko in with us one day. I think they just have like some scheduling stuff going on. But once they figure that out, we're definitely gonna make that happen. They're gonna
Nice.
come up there, and then when they come up here, we're gonna go down there, and it's gonna be good. So Williamsburg Sumo, if you're listening, we're gonna make it happen.
Hell yeah.
Yep,
Nice.
we're gonna make it happen.
Important question. When are you coming to Texas?
Oh man, that's a very important question because like flights to Texas are like astronomical. Like I don't know what happened to like flights within the past few years, but like they just skyrocketed, right? And
Yeah.
so like, like I definitely want to be able to come to Texas and, do tournaments and stuff like that. But, I got to build the bread, to be honest. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
So I feel it, man.
I think that's the plight of like a lot of Ricochet in America. Like America's a huge country. It's a
Mm-hmm.
huge landmass, and like we all are working, and live like other lives, and a lot of us are married, and some people
Yeah.
have children, and you know what I'm saying? Like there's other, things that they have to, focus and prioritize and balance as well. So, I think when I definitely stack up the bread to come out to Texas, I'm gonna,
Hell yeah.
come on out to Texas and get some Keiko in, and we're gonna eat some barbecue, and
Hell
Hell yeah.
yeah.
we're gonna debate about barbecue and all of that other type of stuff. Because I'm from North Carolina, we got the
I do
original.
like
I
Carolina
personally
style.
love that Carolina style. I
Yes,
really
that's
love it.
right.
It's good.
Now, which Carolina style do you like?
The one with the mustard, whichever one that one is.
Okay. So there are three different Carolina styles. There is the one you're talking about is a South Carolina style.
Okay,
South
that's the one I
Carolina
like.
style.
Because I
South
used to live in
Carolina.
Georgia, so we would
Yeah,
have that a lot too.
yeah. South Carolina style is chopped barbecue with a mustard-based barbecue sauce. Then
Hmm.
you have Lexington, North Carolina style, which is the pulled pork shoulder with the tomato-based sauce.
Hmm.
And that's pretty cool. But I'm biased. I'm from Eastern North Carolina. So
Mhm.
there's the Eastern North Carolina style barbecue, which is considered the original barbecue, which is whole hog barbecue with a vinegar based barbecue sauce. Originally,
I really like
the
that too.
English would call it a kesta, because it was a vinegar based sauce,
Yeah.
which eventually I guess would be called ketchup or
Ketchup.
whatever. But
Where that
is
came
is
from.
is
Oh
barbecue
wow.
sauce.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
originally was, and what they would do is like they would use to like baste and marinate whole hog whenever they were.
hmm They
Yeah,
used to take the whole hog. Actually, the style of cooking a whole hog comes from Africa. When the enslaved were brought over in Africa, they would cook the whole animal. Nothing went to waste.
Hmm.
And so they brought that style of cooking over to America, but they had the hogs and they had the chickens and all this other type of stuff. So they would take the whole hog and they would put it out on the planks or on the barbecue, and they would cook it. And the native influence actually comes from the pit cooking as well as actually the word barbecue comes from the Taino word, which is one of my tribes on my father's side, the word barbacoa, which is a Taino word, which was the planks in which they would barbecue and smoke the meat on.
yeah,
So that style of cooking came from the Native Americans and fused together. We have the original Eastern North Carolina style barbecue with the vinegar based cast up from the English.
hell yeah. See, he knows his barbecue.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. No, there's
Yes.
a whole there's a whole lineage of barbecue, and like I will never be the one to discredit anybody's barbecue as not
Yeah.
barbecue. I could talk junk about Lexington style barbecue, because that's fun. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like Memphis barbecue is totally different. Like when you
Oh
go
yeah.
like towards the Midwest, like they start to incorporate brown sugar, and
I'm
different
a big
things
fan
like
of
that.
Kansas City style because I lived
Yeah,
in Missouri
Kansas
for like a
City,
decade. Yeah.
smokier oak kind of wood
Yeah.
flavor, and then when you get to Texas, it's not as many hogs, but it's a lot of cows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you get
And so
down
you
to
got
like
that.
South Texas though, they'll do
Mm-hmm.
goat and they'll dig a hole in the ground. They'll get like
Yep.
rocks and put the rocks in the bottom of the hole and they'll take the goat and they'll lower it down there and then pull it back
Mm-hmm.
up.
Hmm.
And then the brisket. Oh, brisket is a thing here.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right.
brisket.
Weren't we
Oh my
talking
God.
about sumo before?
Hey, barbecue
The
is a part of
same thing.
sumo.
That's true.
Same
Eating
thing.
is training.
Speaking of eating is training, I made chanko this week.
Really?
Yes, for the first time, like totally blind. Have to say it was pretty good. I think the next time I might need to like marinate the pork belly. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that I make my meatballs a little bit smaller because I had like these huge fucking meatballs. And I, and I forgot the carrots. I was so pissed. I was like, oh, the carrots. Oh. But it was pretty good. And so like today I was eating some for dinner. And I was thinking like, what if I took this sambal that I have in my fridge and I put
Yes.
it in?
Oh.
Holy cow. Life changer.
Hell yeah.
We're
Wow.
huge sambal and hot sauce
Yeah.
Yeah.
fanatics.
And I'm just thinking like, like I know like in the staples in Japan, like, they changed the recipe. They have like kimchi chanko and they have like salt chanko and
There's all
different things
different
like that.
kinds.
Yeah, but I'm like, has anybody ever done like a barbecue brisket chanko? Like
Oh, I would love to just
or like a
introduce them. Like,
or
just go to
like a
Japan and cook for them sometime.
yeah, no,
Chili cheese tonko.
or like a curry oxtail chanko.
Ooh.
That sounds amazing.
Oh God.
Now I'm hungry.
I know, right? Yeah, go some more in the fridge. Looking on up. The only thing I didn't do, I forgot to cook rice. So I was like, oh man, I'm not doing it right. But,
That's just ancillary though. You just
Yeah.
keep it there for backup, to put extra calories. But the actual chanko itself is super nutritious. It's just
oh, it is. It's very nutritious, and I've been feeling, really good, like after like eating it and stuff because you have the cabbage and you have the mushrooms and
Hmm.
all of the protein and the animal fats that go into the broth and you have the ginger antioxidants that are there.
Yeah.
The whatever you get from soybeans and miso and salt, your body
Okay,
needs salt.
especially for miso, since it's like fermented soy, it's
Yeah,
so nutritious.
yeah.
I think the Japanese government a few years back, like made a recommendation that everybody eat miso for breakfast because it's so nutritious.
Really?
I got some in my fridge right now. I love that shit.
what are we gonna do with the natto? She got some natto from the
Oh my
Asian
gosh,
grocery store.
the sticky Joan.
Yeah.
I am really curious. I've heard that it's funky, but I love fermented stuff. I eat fermented stuff all
Yeah.
the time.
I
We were
mean,
gonna
shit.
make a video of us trying it for the first time.
Oh my gosh. I
Yeah,
mean,
part of me's
people
kind of
drink.
scared.
I mean, fermented stuff is cool. Like kombucha.
Oh hell
You
Yeah.
yeah!
know, whiskey,
Yeah.
But
kimchi.
but that funk though, I mean, I've had some like kimchi's pretty funky. You smell
Yeah,
you can smell
yeah.
that fermented funk. So
Oh
like
yeah.
I heard that the funk with the natto is just on another level.
Oh, man.
But they
Shaky beans.
Every time I
That's
see somebody
sound.
eating it just looks like snot, and I'm a little bit scared, but I'm willing to do it for the clout. So,
Man.
but if you're going to come to Texas, may I recommend come to the Roller Town Showdown tournament?
Roller Town Showdown.
Yeah, it's in April this year. Was it in April
Okay.
last year too?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
if April's too soon, I mean, like there's a lot like the Consulates Cup in Austin.
Right.
That's September.
That's
That's
another
a really
good one.
Right.
But the Roller Town Showdown is it's basically a sumo tournament in the middle of just a huge fucking party
Wow.
at a brewery in like this little town in like kind
Salina.
of kind of the north DFW metroplex area. It's kind of out there a little bit, but
Okay.
I don't
There's
know
like
if you
hundreds of people last year.
It's like
Yeah.
an old West town or something.
It's kind of like it looks like a small town, but it got real big real fast because it's kind of close to the bigger cities.
Yeah.
So there's a
It's
lot
one
of
of
like Walmarts and
those.
Home Depots kind of popping up.
But there's a brewery there, and the two guys that own the brewery fucking love sumo. And
Really?
so they decided they wanted to start hosting this sumo tournament every year. And they worked with Corey and Siggy from the Dallas Sumo Club. Last year they had Gagamaru, who came
Yeah,
out.
I
And
saw that.
oh, that was fucking great. Especially when
Oh
he
my
was like
god.
dancing around to Dr.
Oh
Dre.
my
And, like,
gosh, that was gold. That
oh
was
yeah.
gold. Gagamaru seemed like a cool dude. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
he's
He
cool
he
as
was
hell.
awesome.
Yeah, nah.
But
It's cool. Sumo wrestlers like outside of like the stern face. I'll
Yeah.
try my best. Gambarimasu. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
right,
cool
and
to
just
see him
like be
like,
themselves
yeah,
finally. But yeah, that's a big one that's just super fun, and a lot of alcohol too if you're into alcohol. But also
it is.
Consulate's Cup is another like really awesome one. Justin Kizzard, Dark Circle Sumo Club has been putting that on for, I think it's been 3 years. This last
Yeah, I
one was the
think
third one.
this year's the fourth one, I
This
think.
one's the fourth one. It's at a place called Dreamland. They have a mini water park and stuff
Yeah, we
there.
took
And
over the pickleball courts for the sumo tournament.
yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then we had like the craziest freaking like karaoke after party. Everyone was
Oh, man.
toasted. Everyone was smashed. And then like, I could tell like, the workers were kind of like, whoa, the sumo wrestlers are still here. And we're just like,
Yeah.
turning up the karaoke machine all loud and caterwauling. It's great.
But if you want to meet as many Texas people all at once as possible, one of those two events would be the ones you'd want to go to for sure.
Yeah,
And of
definitely.
course, we're gonna have barbecue. There's food trucks at the Roller Town
Yeah.
one, and then Consulate's Cup. They have.
That's Austin.
vendors
There's just lots
sometimes.
of-
There's so much good food in Austin.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
Texas. There's so much good food everywhere.
Yes, it is. So in Texas, which one is the best? East Texas, Central Texas, or West Texas for barbecue?
Oh man, everyone's gonna tell you something different, but I will tell you it is not North Texas.
No,
It's
Not North Texas.
it's not.
East Texas has a whole lot of more like Louisiana, so there's a lot
Yeah.
more like
Okay.
Creole influence. So that's like a different creature than what Texas barbecue is.
And I lived in
traditionally.
Mississippi when I was a kid, so I like that style as well. I've lived all over
Okay.
the country, but
Oh, yeah.
Like-
South Texas,
Like down in the valley.
yeah,
That's where you start getting into like digging the pits, and you have like the
Yeah.
goat that you lower down into the ground. So that's like true pit barbecue.
True.
yeah.
And then whenever you get to like Central Texas, like bush country, is that was no hill country? That's what
Hill
they call it.
country.
Hill
Hill
country.
That's like, ain't that like German barbecue kind of like German?
That's what I was about to
Kind
say.
of, yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
whole lot of German stuff there, and they do have like a lot of sausages and stuff like that. But that's where you start getting more into the briskets. That's where a lot of people are like start getting serious about brisket, especially around Austin. It's not necessarily that the brisket style is like native to Austin. It's just that people are like, oh no, I make better brisket. I make better brisket. Okay, let's go to Austin and see who makes the better brisket.
Yeah.
But man, the brisket is like serious business down here, and people have all kinds of all their own ways to make it. They got their own rubs. Man, I still have the way that I make brisket. So I just, I take it, trim like the fat cap a little bit. I like to inject it with a little bit of apple juice and butter mix.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
then I put my rub on, and then you smoke it, 180, 190, maybe 200.
Jesus.
6 hours, and then you could you get a little bit of the squeeze butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just give it some squeeze butter, and then you wrap it in foil for a little bit, and then you put it on there for a few more hours, and then maybe inject it with a little bit more apple juice and butter, and then by the end of the 8 to 10 hours, it's just you squeeze it, and it's just magnifique.
What the heck? Man? Apple juice butter. That is a game changer.
And
You
it
know what
keeps
I'm
it
saying?
moist, so moist.
Yes.
I bet if we just put a little bit of probably either more apple juice or maybe even a beer. And then like,
Oh, yeah.
because I bet if we do a beer, we
Yeah.
might cut some of the fat and like, the butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like still work as a vehicle to carry some of those sugars in there. That's
But you got to use like a breadier beer, like a lager, not like no IPA or horse piss.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
no. You
Oh,
need
yeah.
something that's, got like, because the IPAs has got that bitter, you don't want too much bitter in there. You want something.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Damn it,
Anyway.
now you got me thinking about cooking. I can tell
Anyway,
you
sumo
that if we ever
wrestling.
meet up in real life, we're cooking.
Oh man, we're gonna make it happen.
Hell yeah.
So you've been doing sumo. You've had the club for about 6 months. You've been doing sumo a bit longer than that, right? So have
Right.
you actually entered any tournaments yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, not yet. So a couple of my guys are talking about going out to Nashville in April. They want to go out to Nashville. So the focus has been, how can we get to Nashville? You
We
know
can
what
have
I'm
that
saying?
Nashville barbecue.
Yeah. No, oh man, hot chicken. I'm so
Yeah.
yeah.
Those hot
But
chicken sandwiches.
yeah, no, we're currently trying to figure out how we're gonna get out there. It might be a carpool thing. It might be, if I land on a great lottery ticket, it might be a plane or something. But we're gonna try to make that happen for them. Because I think we really want to get out and test our skills.
Hell
That's
yeah.
really the only way that we can like really, sharpen our iron, for lack of better terms, is, go
Yeah.
out, test our might against, other Rikishi and more importantly, learn from other Rikishi, learn their
Yeah.
techniques and what they're doing. I'm a big fan of what we call Jita Kyoe in judo, mutual welfare and benefit. You know what I'm saying? Like going out, you teach me, I teach you, I get something from you, you get something from me, and that's how we get better. And that's how we grow the sport, and that's how we grow the martial art, you know what I'm saying? So definitely looking to get out to a tournament soon. Keep your eyes out for us. Hopefully,
Hell
we'll see you
yeah.
guys in April.
We're gonna try everything we can to go out to
Yeah,
that one. That'll be the first non-Texas one that we've been to.
yeah.
I gotta fight Jake Cullison. That's my
Yeah.
rival.
Oh man,
Yeah,
man.
but that's an added bonus that we'll get to meet you guys in person.
Yes,
Um,
definitely.
I
And
know Yama's supposed to be out there too from
oh, yeah.
Show Me Sumo. He used to
Yes,
be LA, but now he's in Missouri.
right.
Um,
So whenever you were doing your Keiko and kind of developing your own style of like doing things, whenever you hooked up with like JJ Christina, and Iron Mountain, like what kind of like influence did you take? I mean, other than the Ichioshi, but like what other kind of did you incorporate like more exercises or different kind of styles, or did it just kind of like bolster what you were already doing?
Um, I think it kind of bolstered what we were doing a little bit. I think us as a club, we're still trying to like develop our style. Right now, we're developing the no Mawashi sumo game right now, like just like not using Mawashi because Mawashis are on back order,
uh,
and I think they just came in like not too long ago, like at the end of the month. So there should be some Mawashis in, and my guy should be getting some Mawashis soon.
Hell yeah.
But we've just been trying to like develop, that kind of game because you're not always going to have Mawashi. Some guys are going to lock your arm in Otsuke, or, some guys are going to, do some Supari, or, some guys are going to hit you with a Hataki Komi. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
We try to
you do a lot more
focus.
like Oshi style.
Yeah, we try to do a lot more Oshi style. Um,
That's
you
not
know,
very common in U.S. Sumo, actually.
Like
Most clubs teach, or they focus more on like belt
or like
styles.
the grappling style. Like
Yeah.
Corey was saying that in Japan, and because he was talking to Gagamaru, and
mhm.
Gaga was telling us that whenever they do the Moshiai Geiko, the like King of the Mountain style bouts, towards the end of their practice, is they mainly focus, on their Oshi style, and they're not doing a whole lot of like belt or like throw stuff. It happens,
Yeah.
but they're not really focusing on it. They're more just trying to, just
Get it out.
yeah. And I went back and have you ever watched any of those like joint practice videos like on the Sumo Kyokai like
Oh
YouTube channel?
yeah, like the one when Tara no Fuji beat up Karishima and
Yeah.
he made him do Butsukari and him like
Yeah.
he kind of like kicked him and it was like God.
He's always just harassing those poor guys. Like my son, Tommy Fuji. And I was
Oh
like,
my
man, that's your
gosh.
stablemate. You leave him alone.
I mean that's that Mongolian stuff, man. Like because Karishima is Mongolian, and I think
Yeah.
Tara no Fuji really wants to see those guys like shine. Kind of like how, Konishiki wanted to see Akebono and all those Hawaiian guys that came over shine as well.
Yeah.
Even though they did Konishiki kind of dirty. Well, not kind of dirty. They did Konishiki dirty.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We all know Konishiki should have been a Yokozuna.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, but he paved the way for those Hawaiian guys, to come in and dominate and do what they had to do. And I think Hakuo and Terano Fuji and those guys are like doing the same thing for the Mongolians. So it'll be nice to see like, who else comes in the game and does that. But in regards to like our style and stuff like that, I think because like a lot of guys don't have a Moashi just yet, but a lot of guys know wrestling, like Greco-Roman wrestling and freestyle wrestling. We try to focus on that type of stuff, using kotenages and amiuchis and as opposed to doing like uatenages and uatedashinages and even like I'll start like people off when they first start learning sumo. I'll start them off with like yorikiri, but it's kind of hard to like practice yorikiri and you're pulling up on a guy's shorts.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And it's like it doesn't
Eh.
work the same. And then it's like you go in a live round with people and like they don't have a mawashi on, and it's like they're grabbing your mawashi, and you're like, holy cow, like
Yeah.
I don't have a chance to defend this. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Oh,
we try to focus a lot on the Oshi stuff because it is important, and I've noticed a lot of the guys, in America, because of football and because of wrestling, do a lot of kachiages, when they're doing tachiyas and, they do a lot of saparis and stuff like that before even grabbing the belt. They do a lot of hand fighting
yeah.
before grabbing the belts. It's important that we focus on that. Really, incorporate that, and then when we get some more Wawashis, then we can, start focusing on. All right, this is, Wate Dashinage. This is how you pick somebody up in Yorikiri and place them out. This is Sorogake, whatever belt technique. For me personally, um, I feel that I am more inclined to belt stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because of like judo and stuff like that. And it's just it makes more sense to me like to grab a belt and then grab a part of your body and, toss you.
Yeah, do
You
your
know what I'm saying?
physics.
Yeah.
Yeah, do my physics, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that to a guy that's wearing like joggers or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool.
Yeah.
Mess up his clothes. He go home. His wife complaining. Oh, what you doing? Your joggers all messed up.
Just, just gave him a power wedgie. Got
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
grass stains.
yeah,
Oh
no,
no!
no.
Before I forget, I wanted to let you know that like online, like Hayden and Dallas Sumo Club, and then there was like Noah Wellbrock Tally in Kansas. They've been getting number 4 duck canvas. It's like the exact thickness and texture as like a mawashi. It's just woven in a different way, and it's
So
cheaper.
Yeah.
one of my guys got some duck canvas, and he cut his own mawashi the other day. So hopefully I get to see it tomorrow. And
Hell
we're gonna
yeah.
test it out, and it's gonna be great. Because if he can, cut the snip you snip, then bye bye shipping.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, if you need the dimensions or anything, like just let us know. We got like a whole
Yeah,
bunch of like different because we were trying to find, mawashis. We ended up getting like I think it's a junior high mawashi.
Oh yeah, we got a youth Mawashi
the
accidentally.
youth molesting.
Yeah, I mean it fits. It's just not as
It fits me. It does not fit you. It
No.
fits
But yeah, Hayden and Noah up in Kansas, like
Yeah,
Hayden, like Corey has one of the ones that Hayden made, and it's
yeah.
just like that nice purple color, and but they have like this nice emerald green and like a deep blue, and then they just have like they don't have red or orange, do they? They don't have red.
I don't think
No,
so.
and then just the regular canvas color, and I think they have like deep navy. They don't have like black, but they have like navy.
Right.
It's probably cheaper
I
just to
saw
get the white one and dye it yourself anyway.
Yeah.
I saw somebody. I follow somebody on Instagram. I think like Kong Sumo. They're starting a gear.
Mm.
Is I think that might be George or somebody like that. George Ferris. I think that's his name.
Oh,
Out of
what
Ohio.
was it? What was it called?
At the Kong Sumo, I think he's starting his own. That's like the name of his gear company. Like he's going to
Oh, that's
start.
the name of his. Okay.
He's going to start like sumo gear.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah, in America. Like, and so I got excited, and I
Oh,
was,
that's awesome.
yeah, I think it's on Instagram, Kong Sumo.
We should look that up.
I am.
Yeah,
And
matter of
Yeah.
yeah, let me, oh man, Kong Sumo 22 on Instagram, your supplier of sports gear and apparel, trusted by sumo wrestlers, enjoyed by all.
ooh, is it
Nice.
like KONG?
Yes, like King Kong.
Oh, I'm already following him.
Yeah, no,
That's
no,
cool.
we're excited. I think he's gonna once he gets the website popping. If
Hell yeah.
it's not already popping, it's gonna blow up.
And that's fucking
Nice.
exciting. I
That's
really
right.
want like more homegrown like sumo stuff in America because having to order shit from
Yeah.
Japan is so expensive.
It
And
is.
It's really expensive. Like I think I think I saw somewhere somebody said they went to Japan and a mawashi was like $7 or something like that. Now I could be
What?
wrong, but it was like cheap as hell,
yeah.
Oh my
But
god.
like my mawashi was like $135
Man.
because of like shipping and like all of that stuff. And that's just a regular white mawashi, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it'll be amazing if we can get that in America. Because if it's like a $50 mawashi, great, cool.
Yeah.
I'll buy
Yeah.
it. Take
Hell
my
yeah.
money.
But you had mentioned, watching Terunofuji and Kirishima, and I did want to ask you if you still follow, I should say, Pro Sumo, and if so, who are your favorite Rikishi? Or
Oh
who do you
man,
draw influence from, even?
oh man. So like, I know, I know. So I do. I watch Pro Sumo when I can. I watched all of the Basho. Well, not all of it. I missed like 1 or 2 days or whatever. But I watched most of the Basho. Amazing Basho. Amazing work.
This was a good one.
Now as far as like who do I like and stuff like that, like I'm sure everybody has like seen the videos explaining and all of this other type of stuff. But if you haven't, we're gonna explain today. So I like Hokuto Fuji. I call him Big Hoke.
Aw.
I like how he's well balanced as far as like Oshi sumo and as far as like belt sumo. I like his ritual, how he gets himself together. He's very aggressive and he's always focused, kind of forward. He almost had Yusho at one point,
I
but
remember.
fucking Hoshoryu.
Ugh.
But I mean, hey, that's the horse.
Yeah.
That's the horse. Yeah, you'll come to. I have nicknames for like different people. Like Horseshoe used the horse. Musashi Maru's the moose. Yeah.
Everybody does that, though. I think. Let's see, what were some of ours? I know we just called Aoyama titties for a while.
Oh man.
And we found out his real name is Daniel, so we just started calling him. It's like Daniel Ivanov is like his real name, and then I found on like was it Midnight Sumo?
Midnight Sumo.
Yeah, they call him Big Dan.
Call him Big Dan.
I got stuck calling him Big Dan.
And then, oh gosh, what are some of our other ones?
Was it Takayasu's Papa Bear?
Oh, yeah.
Yasu.
Papa Bear.
And then, and fucking Chiyoshima, what was he? He's like the Henka King now, but.
Oh,
we didn't really have a particular name.
Grandma Wormtongue.
Nah, I was gonna say, because it's just like we just had like, yeah, we had our own head canon about these.
What's the one I've been hearing lately? Putin.
Oh,
Boudin, yes.
Putin. Oh my gosh.
And then when Kirishima used to be Kiribayama, I would call him Kiribayummy.
Kiribayummy. Oh wow.
All the girls are very much into him.
Oh man, you're attracted to Kirishima?
Everybody. Actually, we're asking people to vote for who has the best butt in sumo. And I was surprised nobody picked Kirishima at first, but then I went back and looked and I was like, you know what? Okay, there are better butts than Kirishima's. He's still a very
he's
fine
more
looking.
of a face.
Yeah, he's more of a face. But I think the top two right now are actually Hokuto Fuji's getting a lot of votes. That episode's going to come out after your episode, so you'll find out.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know if I like pay attention to like Rikishi's butts. Like be able to vote, you know what I'm saying?
Really? That's interesting. You don't notice the butt cheeks at all?
No, I mean,
that's the only thing I focus on.
I guess for me it's like, my thing is like I'm impressed with the whole leg strength. You know what I'm saying? Like if you see like even their Achilles, right?
Yes.
And you've seen their Achilles and the way they're able to like sink and like when they're like pushing, like just the veins that pop on it, it's just like, where the heck did that come from?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like I admit, like, it's Shiko. You got to do Shiko every day. And like, I don't do my Shiko every day, but it's, I live a sedentary, lifestyle. But
we work from home. I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just really amazing to see, like, like the amount of dedication it takes to get like your body to be able to do that.
Yeah.
It's an amazing feat, and to to have the strong glute strength. You know what I'm saying? Like to have like a Yujiro Hanma like ass. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You ever seen Yujiro in the traditional loincloth, and he's just like, it's insane. But as far as other Rikishi that I like, I like Ura, honestly.
I love Ura.
I'm so surprised nobody has given Ura a fighting spirit award.
I know, right?
Like never. Every basho I see, Ura is going out there and he's hitting these guys and he's running around and like they're trying to slap him and he's like, you can't get me. Like, look at me. I'm wearing a pink mawashi.
He does he gets out there, he does his own shit like every time. He doesn't back down from anybody.
Even when Terano Fuji almost ripped his arm to shreds, right? Like the amount of fight it took for him to still keep like turning and trying to grab his mawashi and trying to get in and like amazing, right?
Yeah, he looked
Nobody's
worried,
giving
but he kept going for it.
right. And don't get me wrong, like Wakamoto Haru, wonderful spirit, or this basho, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've just never seen anybody's like fighting spirit match Uras personally, and I think he wants it. And if he puts his mind to it, I think he can do it. And I really do think he can do it. If not you showed, then I think he could definitely come close. He
Oh,
could definitely come close and get like a technique prize. And then nobody gives him a technique prize.
I know that baffles my mind.
like
What was
how
that
what all?
Kimarite that he did in the?
He did like a
Oh, the Staizori.
Was that what it
yeah.
was?
Yeah, Staizori, where he like kind of did that little
Staizori.
bop and like did the backwards push.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up my notes because I have it in here.
And who
I
got
don't
the
know
I
if it
think they
was
gave it to like Kotonowaka got the technique prize or something like that.
I know, right?
Some BS.
Or he did get the tech. He got no the out. No, was it? That was an outstanding performance. It was.
Yeah, Kotonowaka got the Gino Show Technique Prize. Wakamoto Haru got the Outstanding Performance Shukun Show. And Onosato got the Kanto Show Fighting Spirit.
Fighting spirit. Okay, okay. Yeah. I appreciate wrestlers that, study the Kimarite,
Yeah.
and really like understand like you have 84 winning techniques.
Mm-hmm.
84. Take your pick of any one of them.
There used to be
You
like
know
what
what I'm saying?
70? I think there used to be
It
70
used to be 72.
until the Mongolians.
Yeah.
And then it came, the bulk guys and the alternate grips, and now it's 84. And I have a little pocket Kimarite with all 84 techniques, the little,
Oh hell
expandable
yeah!
one and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. But lastly, I get a lot of flack for it. And, I know I'm probably like the only one in America. Um, I like Hokuseiho. And
Like
I know,
Hokuseiho.
yeah, I like Hokuseiho.
Like that
And
Frankenstein style.
yeah, but it's like, I don't like that, right? I think that's an important caveat. I like Hokuseiho. I don't like that. I think Hokuseiho has the ability to perform other sumo, and we've seen it. And when he does it, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Almost kind of reminiscent of like those old Hawaiian guys, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And like it blows my mind. You're in Hakuo's stable, right? And you're still trying to uate dashinage everybody you see. You know what I'm saying? Like I looked at and I wonder, because they say he was injured or whatever this last basho or whatever. I wonder if he's going through an injury that like he's just refusing to address. I think one of the guys from Chicago Sumo Club was talking to Hakuo the time he came to Canada. And he was like, yo, what's up with Hokuseiho? We know he's in Miyagi, and, he's Mongolian and he's under you. What's going on? And I think he said Hakuo said something to the extent of like, no comment. And,
Oh.
but I don't want to say that in like Hakuo's being shady or anything like that, but more so maybe it's one of those things where like he doesn't want to like give away what he's doing to develop his rikishi because he doesn't know if you might be a fucking spy for another stable or if the oyakata at somebody else and you're giving information and so we never know. I'm not going to put that on him.
Yeah.
But it's just as a Hokuseiho fan, I want him to be able to tap into, his size, and, his abilities and his capabilities and stuff like that. And I want him to be able to understand, like, you're too big for fucking Jurio. You know what I'm saying? You are too damn big. You
Yeah.
know, you belong in the pros. In Makuuchi, you belong on television. You're a spectacle to see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you need to go out there and, try some other sumo, and get some shows out here and, make
He's
make
got
Hakuo and Teru no Fuji and all of them Mongolian brothers proud. Because,
yeah.
right now, Kirishima is gunning for Yokozuna. He's gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? But after Kirishima, who else? You know what I'm saying? We got a bunch of Japanese national guys that are gonna be like, yeah, I want Yokozuna too. You
Yeah.
Like
know what I'm
Hakuoho
saying?
and Onosato,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Atami
yeah,
Fuji.
they're coming up. They're coming up. You know what I'm saying? Even guys like Gonoyama.
Oh
You
hell
know what
yeah!
I'm saying? Or Hakuo's nemesis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like these guys are really getting serious, and I think he just needs to get it in his head like you should be whooping all of these guys.
He's got like
Ser-
natural gifts. He's just
Naturally,
he's
yeah,
got to learn how to use them in more ways than just like a
right,
couple, you know.
right.
But
Because
that
these,
takes time, and I'm
yeah,
sure he's heard it before, and it's just you know, being comfortable with like going outside of your comfort zone. Like, yeah, you know that you can just stand there and hold on to the back of their mawashi until they're too tired to resist and then just toss them out. But like, that's not always gonna work. And for those times that
no,
it doesn't work, you need to have a backup plan.
right.
Like when he
And it's
fought
like,
Uda, when he tried to fight Uda, and Uda just kept like knocking him off balance, just like like he was just dipping low and just going around each side, rocking his balance from either side until he finally
right,
was just able to kind of toss his ass over.
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. And I look at that, and he does it, and I'm like, come on, Karasukashi, Uwate Nage. Shitate something, Sorogake, your legs are long enough. You
Yeah.
know, pick the, Yorikiri, something. Because these guys are trying to get up under you, and that's their key to getting you out. You know what
Or
I'm saying? And
he could easily just like maybe develop his upper body some more and just pick these fools up and like
Like Tochinoshin
Tochinoshin them,
style.
you
right.
know.
Or Notawa the shit out of them.
That
He's
You
got
too.
that
know,
reach.
Oh, that's a
right? You
scary
have the
thought.
reach. Have you
Yeah.
seen his hands?
Yeah.
He's huge.
Oh,
Ooh.
sorry.
Bam, bam,
Bigger
in
than
your
my
face.
face. Yeah.
In your face. Break the guy's nose. But like legally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't just like outright like that. You gotta like put
Yeah,
him at
if
an
it just happens to
angle.
get crushed in the line of fire.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
so
whoops, there goes your cartilage.
yeah, unlike European safari, they just, come straight at you, slap you across the face, and it's insane. It's
Yeah.
insane.
The Harite.
Harite.
That's another one of my favorite ones.
Yeah,
I like the mean looking moves.
You do.
yeah.
He's a huge freaking Notawa fan.
I
Too.
am. I am.
Yeah. Currently, right now, I'm watching a Rikishi down in Sandanme, Ikazuchido.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, you talking about, a half Nigerian, half Japanese guy in sumo. At first, I thought they was gonna let him like lock his hair or something like that. I would be like, yo,
Dude, that would
if
be
they
funny.
let him lock his hair and he does sumo, like that's how I know I could never do like pro sumo. They're gonna want to make me perm my hair and all that stuff, and I'm like, yeah, not really.
Yeah.
I'm
There was
not gonna be bald for the rest of my life. Um, but um, but yeah, I've been looking at him. I've been looking at his stats. I think he's getting better. He used to do judo
yeah.
in high school. I think he used to be like a judo champion in high school or whatever. So he's trying to like bring that over to sumo. But I think the more he's done sumo, the more he started to incorporate more kimarite into his game. and be able to kind of balance that. But I think his issue right now is really weight, honestly. Because you look at him, he's not a small guy. He's a pretty buff guy. You know what I'm saying? Got some size on him.
Pretty tall too.
Yeah, pretty tall. But you got some tanks. You know what I'm saying? Like kid, Rikishi. Some guys been doing it since they were like 5 years old, and they've been like chunky little kids growing into husky men. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and they've been doing it for however long they've been doing it, and they got the experience. And so now he's facing up against these, relatively huge dudes,
Yeah.
and he's having to adjust. And it's like he's strong enough to do it, but it's hard. It's hard to kind of like hold that opposite weight, if you don't have it and the other guy is faster off the tachi. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? If you're not immediately, bam, off the tachi as a smaller guy, it's going to be a lot harder to try to like regain yourself to, figure out how to hold your ground and redirect the guy. You see a lot of that in like open weight and stuff like that. You see a lot of the smaller guys, really get off and hit like a supari or like hit like a huge kachiage, like boom, you know what I'm saying, and try to like create some space and then come back in and grab the belt and stuff like that. But if that doesn't happen, the bigger guys are just like, boom,
Boom.
you
Mhm.
know, down to the ground you go or out of the doyo you go. Um, I think honestly, the key to Tachi, like the link that maybe a lot of Americans don't have, is Teppo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly think that, I've searched YouTube and Google and all over the web on how do you like build a Teppo?
Yeah.
Where do you ship one from? There is like nowhere that you
Yeah.
can buy, like only in Japan, like they build it like
Like
in
custom.
like it's a part of the stable. It's like
Yeah.
built into the stable. You know what I'm saying? They have them custom made. So I think that's now if you got a telephone pole like Trent Sabo, from his earlier videos and stuff like that.
Yeah. We
Um,
have a metal pole in our backyard. It
hmm
was there when we moved in. I think it's an old like I think it was for like hanging laundry and stuff.
right.
So my idea was to get like a futon mattress or something
hmm
and a bunch of rope and just tie that mattress around that skinny ass pole, because you can like loop it around a few times because
Yeah,
it's so skinny, and
and
then
lock
like
it
tie it
down.
up real fucking tight and then just use that for Teppo.
Right.
But other than that, we got a few trees out there too, so.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But honestly, I think like the whole thing with Teppo is like the wood like hardens your hands almost, or it develops or it like thickens the muscle that is
Yeah.
in your palm. So that way when you come up off the tachi, if you're doing like sapati or you're doing like a thrust, you almost have like what they call like an iron palm.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I think like, that is what is potentially missing from, a lot of amateur, sumo clubs and stuff, is like that access to the temple and the access to iron palm training and stuff like that. And so we have to come up with alternative ways. And also even like, when your foot, when you slide into the temple,
Mhm.
and your foot is hitting the wood, training your feet to be hard, so that way you can drive through on a tachiai,
Yeah.
and you can have that, toughness. If you hit a shin, your foot is not as fragile and you can take that.
Yeah.
Um, so, I really think Teppo is the thing we're missing in America.
Yeah, from
Yeah,
what I've seen, most U.S. sumo clubs just don't do it. They don't really have a
yeah.
way to do it
You don't have
a
it.
lot of the
Now
time.
I know Florida down in Florida because they're outside. I think they have a pole
Hmm.
that they use for tempo, so that works out for them. Um, and if you're edible, you use a car. Um,
You know what though? They have stripper poles that you can order off of Amazon.
Yeah, but
I
they're
bet
not
if you
big
just
enough.
no. You got to build around it. Okay, you got to build it up to make it thicker and bigger. So if you just buy one of those Amazon.com stripper poles, okay,
mhm.
and then you don't even have to do like the idea I had with like wrapping the futon around it. If you want something like harder, you could just get like maybe some like wooden dowels, and
Right.
just like string them together and then wrap that around it until it's like thick enough. And
Hmm.
then, it's not going to be the same as like solid wood, but if you tie it up real tight to where it's not going to move or anything, it's still going to have like a similar effect. Maybe put some sort of like cover around it so,
Right.
it's not as bumpy, but
Or just do what Eric Wynn does and just work on just tempo on a tree. Just touch it on
Yeah.
a tree. And then
yeah.
like the bark
Yeah.
of the tree, I mean, that'll like get your hands
Yeah.
eating.
Rough in your hands.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like, for example, Dallas Sumo Club.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
they want to do Teppo,
They just do tempo on each other. Like just do
Now,
keep it tempo.
I've always wondered, is there a way to get like, scrap logs from a logging company,
Man, I've been wanting to do
or like
that.
a
yeah, I've kind
timber
of wondered
company?
that too.
Like if there are timber companies that can like cut you a log, you know,
Yeah,
and make it nice and smooth for you and put some lacquer on it and you know look at it, or just send you the blank. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And you do that yourself.
strip the
But
bark.
but putting it in the ground, that's the hard part though, because I think you got to
It wouldn't
put
be
like
too
at
hard.
least a good 2 feet of it in the ground to keep it steady,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then like at least have so it'd probably have to be about 8 feet.
pour some
So
concrete in there.
yeah,
Just
But
like
if
they do
you but
for.
if you're trying to like but if you're trying to like, put it indoors, you know what
oh
I'm
yeah,
saying? Like I
Yeah,
wonder like if you could build like a base, you know what I'm saying?
kind of like the wooden doll that they have in Wing Chun. Like
Yeah.
how that base is, I bet if we could just kind of make that a little bit bigger, and then you could just like
Yeah.
put it inside, so it doesn't
Yeah.
have to go in the ground. We could just make it sturdy.
Or
yeah,
even like I've seen like in Japan, like some of them look like they're in a bucket or something like that. Like
Yeah,
the conical kind of, container. That way it's
yeah.
still kind of conical for your feet to be able to smack. But
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Man, I'm gonna have to like
Oh,
try and like watch some more of those like Keiko videos of like the stables and see if I could figure out how they're doing that. I'd love to have a tempo pole because I feel like that's
yeah,
probably what's missing, from my style.
Or probably
yeah,
if you watch the videos of like the high school or even like middle school kids training, they're not always going to have like a built-in Tepo pole. They might have something more portable that they
Yeah,
use, and we can get ideas from that.
that's not a bad
right.
idea.
Yeah. But you've put a lot of really good ideas in our heads. I think
Hell
we're
yeah!
gonna,
Yeah, yeah, we got it.
start
We're
working
gonna
on that.
figure that out. We're gonna figure that out. Hopefully, Kong Sumo can build a tempo.
Hey, there we go.
Yep. Wink, wink.
Did you want to tell us where people can find you on the internet?
Yeah, you can find us on the internet at DMV Sumo on Instagram. Right now, that's the only place we're at is on Instagram. Somebody put us on Reddit at one point. So if you're looking for sumo in the DMV area and you go on Reddit, you can find the link to our Instagram. Once again, that's at DMV Sumo. And if you're looking for me, Romeo Garcia, you can find me at city of underscore Rome. So that's at all lowercase at city of underscore Rome, like the city, not like roam around the world. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
roam if you want to, roam around.
Around
Yeah,
the world,
yeah. So
roam if you want to.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. So yeah, and my personal Instagram is not like as sumoed out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I think I try to like maintain some sort of self autonomy like outside of sumo.
All right, Romeo. It's been fucking fantastic talking
Hell
to you.
yeah.
Thank you so
Yes,
much
it's been
for joining us. And we really can't wait to see what more DMV Sumo has to offer. Hopefully, we will
yes.
see you in Nashville.
Yes,
And
hopefully we're gonna work on that.
I don't know, maybe go try some barbecue or something.
Yeah, there's some
Hell yeah.
barbecue hot
Nashville
chicken,
style.
all of that stuff. I'm excited. I'm excited. It's gonna be great.
Well, you know where to find us. We are Sumo Punx, that's spelled with an X. You can
That's
find us
right.
all over social media. We're on the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram. We're on YouTube, where we also post all sorts of videos. We have 2 shops online where we have designs for t-shirts and stickers and buttons and shower curtains and whatever the hell you want. If you like this episode, give it a 5-star rating. It helps other people find our podcast and enjoy it as well. Until next time,
Bye.
bye.
Boing.